What's up, folks? This is Han from the Combat Fighting Channel, and this is Jhonson Garzon from the Don Interviews. He's got a podcast, a lot of Calgary-based things. Actually, not all Calgary, a lot of Canadian stuff. You got
couple guys from Toronto
McNabb
as well.
from Toronto, yeah. So, right now in this interview, this is not really an interview, but right now in this video, we're gonna get Jhonson here to react to the video that I just did for Jake. The one specifically is Jake versus Abdou. That happened at the Muay Thai World Cup 7 for the Road to 1 quarterfinals tournament. Mm-hmm. This fight was a banger because I don't think I've seen that many knockdowns in one fight in a while, or ever maybe, in my life at least. But yeah, let's go. So we got the laptop here. There's a space bar. You can hit it whenever you want to pause and say anything you want.
And just kind of break it down?
And break it down.
Perfect.
You can commentate, break it down, whatever you want, all right?
Yeah, that's excellent.
18 minutes, but we're going to see how this edit goes.
Perfect.
Whenever you're ready.
Let's get right into it. And then I guess I can chat as it's playing. Yeah, just some quick info about both guys. I've known Jake. I've seen Jake. I've been fighting alongside Jake, kind of correlating at the same time for about five years. So I've seen him take lots of fights, and I've been training with the other fighter, Abdou Haddad, as well. He's just recently come into elite, like maybe like a year, 2 years.
Abdou has a very good fighting stance and very good power.
Very strong base.
Super offensive.
Yeah.
I think in this fight he did really well against Jake.
What a walkout too, hey? Jake brings a crowd.
Yeah, he sure does. He likes to put on a show. So I have to blank out all the music here because it's all copyright, otherwise we would never post.
The Karate Kid.
Yeah, so Jake Lee, that's his nickname.
Yeah.
Because he was a fan of Bruce Lee growing up, I believe.
Yeah.
And then he became Jake Lee.
Yeah. His father was actually a famous football player in the UK. Did you know that?
Football or soccer? Soccer, football? UK?
Yeah. Like soccer, yeah.
Yeah, soccer, football. Soccer, like the one you kick the ball. Wherever you're from. The one where you kick with the foot. World Cup style.
Yeah. I guess just kicking runs in the family.
He did soccer too, or football, whatever, when he was young.
Yeah.
And Abdou here is quite experienced himself. He did 3 rounds with Manichai.
He fought with Manichai. He fought with Sanchai in Thailand. I think it's important to say though that fight with Sanchai, that one didn't pan out too good, but still.
That's on the list of many people that didn't pan out good.
100%.
And the good thing about this Grey Eagle spot that they're fighting in, the lighting is amazing. They really know how to put on a show there. So Grey Eagle Resort, good job. You got Kieran there.
Yeah, applying the Vaseline before you go into the ring.
I got a question. You know those what is that called?
There's Mongko.
What does that represent?
So it's a Thai tradition. Basically, every gym kind of has their own, and then every fighter from that gym shares it when they walk into the ring. So it's like you're bringing your trainers and your training partners with you. Mm-hmm. In war, they sometimes they give soldiers like a handkerchief or something like this.
Oh yeah.
It's like their take on that essentially.
Look at that lighting in the fog.
Oh, beautiful.
Before the event, the fog was so foggy that it was like a scary movie. And then Kieran was like, "Turn off the machine!" It was so foggy. You couldn't see each other from a distance,
So obviously before, these guys start swinging here, you see a clear height difference between the red and the blue corner.
And all right, round 1. So here it is.
Round 1 right away. You see Jake Lee's very light on his front leg already. Very active with his legs. And you're gonna see the quick reaction. That was a beautiful right hand.
Yeah, it was. Boom! I had to slow motion it.
Beautiful. Oof.
That's painful, man. Jake can take a punch.
For sure. And even right there, that I can pause this. Yeah.
You can move it back and forth. Doesn't matter.
Even this little exchange here, it's Abdou Haddad gaining a lot of ground early. He takes a right hand, and then Jake tries to kind of even it out. Now he's gonna try to get his own low kick. Boom, the right hand. And then Jake's here. And then the check will come. Boom. So that whole exchange was actually not good for Jake. He's in trouble early here.
Just gonna pause right here for a second. Oh,
that was beautiful.
It was.
Yeah.
Boom. I just want to pause right here for a second. So, Jake, when he was fighting in Muay Thai rules, he had the glove on.
Yeah, so
right?
this is still Muay Thai rules.
But it's slightly different, right?
Yeah, because of the gloves, but everything applies.
I guess when I say Muay Thai, I mean traditional Muay Thai versus one championship Muay Thai.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So here's the thing about a sport like this is like every little place is going to have a little bit of a difference. So like there's Muay Thai rules, like North American Muay Thai rules, like Muay Thai rules in Thailand. In here we score punching. Over there they score clean body kicks, clean elbows. So it's very different. Like it's kind of a not very unified sport. But you see, like it's all about also attacking the base. Boom, the check. Now he's gonna go right after his base. Kick him, frame, and then take his leg.
When you say base, what do you mean by base?
By base is when your opponent has both feet on the ground. If your opponent has both feet on the ground, then he can punch you with either hands. If they have one foot on the ground, then they can't punch.
Like right there. That's his base right there.
Yeah, so now he's about to put that foot down. And now he's ready to hit. You know? So a lot of Thai boxing scored on balance as well. So a technique like this scores quite high.
That's a perfect sweep.
Yeah. Boom. And you see just the way your knees bend and your ankles bend. It's not a good position to be in. Beautiful.
Pow.
Such a tight right hand, and the way he tucked his elbow. But it's interesting that Jake does that roll. Some people see, oh, you hit him so hard he rolled backwards. It's like it's kind of better to do that than just to starfish. And he's opening up furiously. This is a great exchange. This is world-class fighting.
It is. And it didn't seem like he was phased by that down at all.
Not at all. It was still a hard shot though.
So let's see that one. That one was
to the jaw.
To the jaw. So how would you break that down? Let's see. Let's go back. Let's go back. So let's see that again.
What happens is also this here. When people are being punched and you extend your arms to protect punches, you can see kind of Jake's forearm is closer to Abdou's neck. If he was to try to stop that punch, he needs to bring this forearm out closer to that inside of his elbow. Then maybe he could have blocked that shot that way.
Wait, so if I'm Jake, and I'm going like this, right?
Yeah.
Right,
so
right.
if you see that punch coming, right?
Yeah.
And you're extending your hand, the hand needs to be extended here. If your hand is right here,
yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, you got.
You know what I mean? Because it's too tight. It's too tight right here. So there's no resistance, right? Right here. So you can't have your hand. Usually when you're blocking you're here, and it's just a tight little movement like that. And sometimes you can elbow right after you catch in the guard.
Would that be considered an overhand?
Yes, that would be an overhand.
Is that an overhand hook, or is overhands just like a category of its own?
Overhand is kind of like just like a looping punch over the guard. Yeah. And I believe that shot was definitely harder than that first one. He might have not recovered from the first one.
Do you think that was still a bit phased from the first one?
Yeah. And I mean, Jake's had excellent recovery, so. And this, I believe, this is also the first time he's ever had a 8 count. Was during this fight. And that broke his record on not being down before.
That's what was mentioned.
Yeah. Really interesting clinch here. Nice knee.
Abdou did so well in this fight.
So right here, Abdou's utilizing this body lock, which means he's locking his hands behind Jake's back.
I meant to push pulse. So right there.
Yeah. So right here.
So body lock, right?
Yeah. So why this is a good position is because you can't get elbowed from here. You see he's burying his head deep and he's pulling in with his chest. So basically you force your opponent into this knee exchange. Right? So it's like a good position to hold the person in here.
I muted it. Whoops.
And all these knees to the thighs, those all really suck. Those are terrible.
All the knees to the thighs. Yeah.
Yeah,
Boom. Okay,
beautiful
so
sweep.
that sweep right there. Let's go look at that again because it's pretty significant.
Yeah.
So he does a quick sweep to the leg and a complete body weight transfer.
He steps to the side, and he's going to utilize his grip.
And that, so he was able to do that because of the body
Because
grip?
of the body lock. So what happens is, you're throwing the body lock, you can move the guy's waist, kind of like at will. And then you move his waist, you take a step, and you turn him quickly.
So when you body lock, how do you typically put your hands? Do you go like this? Is there a certain way you do it?
There's multiple ways to do it. You can go like this, palm to palm.
Palm to palm, yeah.
You can do just one hand on the wrist. It's just
is that a thing? Like this?
No.
Is that ever a thing?
In fighting, you never really do this. Even when you don't have big gloves on, you never really do this. It's too easy to break a finger.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's always on the wrists or some sort of lock. All right. And there is slow motion. Boom. That's a really good.
Yeah, it's flat on the back. Very nice toss.
So how much does a toss like that hurt?
It depends on how you land, but it's very, very good. See, right here is about gaining ground on the other combatant. You see, Abdou kind of eggs him on. They're talking to each other now, and this is what I like. I like when guys talk during fights, actually. Some knees again. Yeah, and see, all these knees, like, you know, for the regular people watching, this will put you on the ground.
Yeah?
Like, it's enough to Charlie horse you and put regular people down. That's why they do it.
Okay, so in a fight, right? These kind of knees, right to the Charlie horse.
Yeah.
How many of those do you think a typical fighter can take before it starts feeling it in the fight?
Usually you can tell by the color of their legs. You know what I mean?
So kind of bruised.
Yeah, it gets bruised and purple. Yeah, for sure. It depends. It depends if it hits you on the right spot.
Right.
We know Jake's put people down with low kicks.
Yeah. Definitely has.
Yeah.
There's one that happened so fast coming up, but I had to super slow mo it, like abnormally super slow. Don't even
Beautiful
blink.
tip to the face.
Don't even blink. Boom.
Oh,
like,
insane hook.
That was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I think people wouldn't, that saw it live didn't know what happened.
And I think it's
Look.
yeah.
And boom.
Yeah. So what happened there is basically Jake's a little savvy to Abdou's kind of winging shot. As you can see, he attempts the same right hand as before. He'll do it again, but this time Jake will lean away. And as Abdou's pulling his hand back to his face, Jake's already in the motion of throwing his counter hook.
So that's different from the overhand. That's he leaned away.
No, he attempted the same punch. So same punch was being thrown, right? That first time it kind of got caught in the arms. Then he attempts it again. The second time, Jake's already seen it. He's pulling away. The hook is coming. It's called a pull counter in boxing.
Pull counter. All right. Got to get my terminology right.
Boom.
So he pulls right there.
Right here.
And there's
pull,
the miss, pull.
Boom.
Boom. Pull counter. There we go.
And in fighting, it's missed by an inch, missed by a mile, yeah? So you see the hand is actually quite close to his face. So it's not like he made a miss by a lot, but missed by an inch, missed by a mile. Yeah.
And that was right in the right spot.
Yeah, that was
spot.
Clean the jaw. And, you know, Jake's almost 6 feet tall, 160 pounds of pure muscle. Corkscrewing on your jaw like that is not a good time.
No, not for anybody.
No. But Abdou's tough as nails. Because the way he gets up and shakes this off is incredible. And he's in tremendous shape too. Like,
that would have been
incredible shape.
The timing of that was insane though, because that's like
right at the end of the time. Yeah.
That's 1 second left. I think Cody had one that was Cody Jerome had one that was 2 minutes, 2 seconds left. That was like literally no seconds left.
It's Kieran Kettle.
Francois, is it?
Francois, Kieran Kettle. Giving some corner advice to Abdou Haddad. They're telling him basically more boxing, which is like a good strategy. I mean, it was proven, right? He knocked him down twice, so. But this round was like really, really close. Jake getting the better in the end of the round, but Abdou with the 2 knockdowns. So Abdou's technically up on the scorecards.
All right, here it goes.
Beautiful.
Boom.
Right away.
Right
off the glove touch.
There's a teep. Boom.
Nice sweep. Boom. Yeah.
That's nice. But I didn't phase Jake much there.
Push kick. Control the distance. Again with the jab. So you see Jake really, he really utilizes the jab and the push kick a lot.
He's
nice. So right there, Jake, essentially he did the same trick that Abdou did to him earlier with the body lock. But it's very interesting because he's obviously doing this one-handed. So
how does he do that actually? Let's see.
He clinches here. He gets both of his hands underneath Abdou's hands. Now he's managed to grab his own arm here, and he's gonna move and throw his hips this way.
Yeah,
as he
it's
steps.
interesting how he does that actually.
So he locks his hands, turns the hips, tosses him to the ground. And Jake's a big guy, so a big guy landing on you is not a good time. Again, like Abdou looking for the overhand.
Looking for the knockout?
Yeah.
I think he just needs one more knockout.
Yeah, there is a rule, right? 3 knockdown rule.
3 or 4 in any of the rounds?
In any of the rounds, yeah. That's like another thing, too. Some promotions don't even have that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they don't even have a knockdown rule. Yeah. So right here, Abdou's trying to use the body lock, but he's taking some knees as well in the process. You see some discoloration as well.
I gotta ask, so obviously you got a lot of knees to the stomach.
Yeah.
If you're flexing hard, someone knees in the stomach.
Yeah.
How much? What hurts more, that or a knee to the chest hurts?
So it's not really like, you know, if someone knees you in the abs, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's not really the abs that hurts, about the ribs. Like if someone, you know, obviously you can't really condition your ribs as much. So, you know, like when I'm fighting, I make a point out of hitting to the body, but hit to the ribs, because then you can break someone's ribs. You know, you can knock the wind out of them, and then they can kind of like tough it out and recover. But if you have a broken rib, you're disabled, right? So it's not so much you're worried about getting hit here in the stomach as much as you are up here or somewhere bony.
Can you knee to the kidney area? Is that allowed?
It depends where you go. There's some people, they'll say no kicks to the back, no kicks to the knee, to the kidneys. But some other promotions, like if you go to Thailand, if you kick someone across the back, it's actually also a good score.
Ooh, that was nice.
Yeah. Another sweep again. Yeah, this was a war. This is like such a great fight, actually.
Yeah. I'm not saying the other fights were bad, but this is definitely one of the highlights.
Push kick again. And you know, Abdou is doing a lot of work with his boxing. He's doing a lot of work. Big elbow. Oof.
This is the one. Boom.
And that's the thing, you know, Abdou was doing such a fantastic job even leading up to this. He's controlling the center. He's pushing Jake back. Catches this. Clean shot. Pulls him. Takes him to the ropes. Hit. Backs him up. The elbow comes. Now, this is where I really enjoy Jake's style, because he's going to line him up. So usually Jake stands the other way. He stands with his left foot forward. But right here, he's thrown that right kick. Now he's going to step down, and he's a southpaw now. And now he's going to line up the straight left. It's such a little sneaky way he takes that step, because it goes from, when he switches his stance, his left hand goes from being a jab to a cross, right?
So he went southpaw all of a sudden.
Boom.
Okay, let's look at that again, because that one's quite
insane. And also, the editing, shout out to this man for the editing. That was amazing.
I watched this 50 times, I think, all by myself. Okay, a bit further. Let's just watch it.
Yeah.
So I like the way you broke it down. Can you break it down again? I'm gonna ask some questions, okay? Because I didn't break it down in my head like that, because I don't know these things.
I'm number 1 in Canada right now, bro. You should know these things.
But I don't. But my job is not to fight, so you know.
Nice.
Okay, I went too far back, but let's just watch it. It's okay. Is there anything you missed?
Yeah, so right here he's it's rough to say, but I'm sure Jake can find a way to defend this. But because he does have one arm, this position is extremely hard to get out of. Given that he's got one arm, because the defense usually to that move is that you put both of your hands on the opponent's hips. So, but Jake's like a wizard at this point. He'll come up with something. Yeah, both guys are spent.
So here it is.
Boom.
So yes, he did switch stances. I didn't notice that.
He switched stances after he throws his kick.
Right here.
He throws this elbow. And then there's a follow-up kick.
Switch, southpaw.
Boom.
Oh, that's where it is. That got him. Yeah.
Yeah, and hit him square.
You think that broke his nose?
Likely. Yeah, broken noses or orbital bone. Depends where it hits, yeah.
Yeah, because that was clean.
Yeah.
That was right in.
And Abdou's like, he's tough as nails, man.
Yeah.
He is tough as nails.
To get up after that is a feat in itself.
Well, I mean, to get up and not show to the ref that you're wobbled is like, it's impossible when you've been concussed, man. What a fight. What a great fight.
Okay,
yeah.
Just some terminology wise. So that he got up and then during the count the ref stopped it.
Yeah.
So that's still considered TKO. Is that considered KO or TKO?
If he gets up, the ref then will ask you, do you want to fight? And then if you say yes, even if you say yes, the ref can be like, okay, depending on how he said yes, did he kind of slur his speech? Is he kind of messed up? The ref can make a decision. If the ref makes a decision, then it becomes a TKO. If the ref is like, can you fight? And you don't say anything, then it's a knockout because you didn't reply. So then it's like, okay, then we're done. Okay,
so knockout isn't necessarily you're laying on the floor and you can't get up. If you get up and you're just not there, it's still a KO.
Yeah, like because this is one thing that people in general don't understand about combat sports is you can be concussed on your feet. You can be concussed throwing punches. That's how sometimes guys have fights and they're like, I don't remember round 2, round 3. You probably took a good shot. You're probably out for a couple. So you can be, you can dust off your gloves and tell the ref, yes, I'm good to fight while concussed. Like a lot of these guys at this level, it's like instinct too. It's just like, okay, whatever, just keep going, man. Yeah.
Didn't know that. I've never had that experience. The closest I've had was maybe sleepwalking. And there the crowd's just going nuts.
I've never been concussed either.
Yeah, you never got knocked out.
Yeah. Not yet.
Not yet. He's saying. Everyone gets knocked out eventually, I guess.
Yeah.
Anything's possible in a fight.
You even see it right here with Jake. I mean, I would consider Jake one of the top Muay Thai fighters on the planet right now.
Yeah. He's on the league on his own.
Yeah.
He has special moves I guess no one else has. Things like that, he has a lot going for him.
Yeah. The moves, the conditioning, but he's been doing this since he's 6 years old, you know what I mean? He's dedicated his life and I like to see people win that have receipts. I like that. It's like, oh, got his day, makes me feel happy.
And that's Johnny Nguyen.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Fighting at MMA fighter.
MMA fighter. He's doing pretty good.
Unified, doing excellent. Yeah, he's doing excellent as well.
I think he's winning all his fights now, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's on his way. He's got like 5-6 pro fights. Yeah, he's very good. Chris McMillan, he's a former WBC champion, the guy with the towel. But just the shape he's at, it's phenomenal. I mean, that's like hours and hours of work.
He looks happy. He looks happy, very happy. Yeah, it's great. They have a good team there. Everyone's got each other's backs.
Yeah.
He wants to go up again. I thought this was funny. So I wanted to get that high feeling again.
Yeah.
The crowd cheering.
It's the best feeling. Obviously, Abdou a little disappointed there.
Yeah. I would be too. Everyone trained hard for this one.
Yeah, this is the beauty of the sport, right?
Yeah, it is the beauty of the sport, right? It's only one winner.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
And if you lose, you lose. It's not a life over situation.
No,
you just learn and you move on. That's it.
Yeah, and the culture around Thai boxing is very different. You know, we celebrate a guy like Abdou for testing Jake and giving him a hard fight.
Mm-hmm.
Also, those shorts are nice too. I gotta get me a pair of those. I gotta get me a pair of those.
Yeah.
Nice. And he's got the mustache too. You know, not a lot of people be rocking the mustache, you know? That's the next level of confidence.
Yeah, he didn't have it last time, did he?
It's the new mustache Jake.
And that's his wife and kid, I believe. I tried to zoom in.
Amazing. Yeah, because his kid is just recently born, right?
Oh yeah, he's just young, man. Wow. He's a new dad. He's in that new dad mode where the world's just crushing him.
Wow. What a legend. Yeah, so now he will be entered into the next round of this tournament.
In his next fight with Apposite.
Oh, he's fighting Apposite next.
Yeah, that's
and then
good.
Abdou's fighting Stephen Autopong. That's right.
No, Yeah, correct.
That's right.
That's
Sorry
correct.
about that. Yeah.
Okay. So that was going to be interesting because Apposite is maybe his best test so far because he's 200 plus. I think 232 wins now. That's an insane amount of wins.
Yeah.
And he's no slouch. Like,
it'll be an interesting fight.
Yeah, definitely.
I favor Jake slightly because he's explosive and he's already fought guys with decent fights. I think Haddad might have like 20 or 30 fights. Mm-hmm. But Apposite is also 36. Mm-hmm. You gotta keep in mind that, like, you know, the body doesn't last forever. It can't go on forever.
And I understand that. I'm 40. I'm telling you. I gotta say that I still feel very strong though, but it definitely I don't feel 25.
I thought you were 25.
I wish I was 25. He's thanking his team. Good guy. He does, which is the scary part about Jake.
Yeah, this is the scary part. I mean, Jake's had a plethora of finishes.
I love this part.
Yeah, it's not a coincidence. It's consistency and strategy and bricklaying, 100%. That's what you know. That's why sports are good, man.
That part that he said really resonated with me because, you know, everyone's kind of an underdog. Mm-hmm. Unless you grew up with a silver spoon in your mouth, you know, then you might understand. But if you're an underdog and you had to like make it without having everything equipped, you would probably relate to this more than anybody else. But the fact that Jake has, like he said, 7 limbs and he's dominating in an 8-limb sport, that's just unreal.
And he's fighting the best guys in the country. It's not a coincidence.
Yeah, and people are challenging him that are super good. No, they're not like slouches. Like Abdou challenged him, and you saw what he did. He went full force, and Jake managed to make it through. Right?
Yeah.
He had to make it through knockdowns where he had to get up and keep going, and that's not easy.
Yeah.
I haven't been knocked down before, but I've been hit by a basketball in the head and things like that. that makes you dizzy. But yeah, that's kind of what I want to touch upon because the fact that he has 7 limbs and has found a way to make it work in his favor is quite special.
It's incredible. It's inspirational, man.
Yeah.
It's inspirational.
It really is. And the announcer is Jason Bryant. He has his own podcast, Shout Out Podcast.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to
Check that out.
Podcast.
Sounded pretty confident there.
Yeah. And you know, he just got hit hard. He got done with some fighting, but it's a testament to his recovery. You know, he's talking normally. this and that.
No shaking the legs.
I can tell you right now, Jake's not a guy that gets hit in the gym very much. He's all business.
And then you grab him afterwards. I've been chasing guys after the fights. A lot of you guys want to talk to me, so I have to force you to talk to me. It'd be great if you just talk to me like without me forcing it. Well, I'll make you guys want to talk to me, because my video's gonna be so awesome that you're gonna want to talk to me, like this one right here.
Hell yeah.
So I hunted him down afterwards. That's okay.
Come on my fighting channel. Oh, what's happening? Let's go ahead. Oh, cool, man.
But Jake and I are cool, so it's different.
All right, I'm gonna take the line.
I love this angle too, like just like the vibe.
Okay, so Jake.
Feels raw.
That seemed like it was a harder fight than last time.
Yeah. I mean, Abdou's a solid guy. I think he went 5 rounds with Appice. He's been in there with Mamachai. Sanchai went 3 rounds with Sanchai. He didn't go 3 rounds with me. I mean, all the respect in the world to him. I trained very hard for him because I know he was very dangerous. And I knew he was going to be.
Sanchai knocked him out too.
I think I just have too much in the bag right now. My day will come, 100%. I'm going to say, I've said it before, I'll say it on camera again. My day will come. Until that day, I'll keep tearing it up.
It looks like you are. And you can take a punch, man.
Thanks, brother.
Good fight, bud.
I like a scrap.
He likes to scrap. Yeah, that was quite the comment there.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting how like people's words kind of reflect how they view themselves, you know? Like that is how Jake sees himself. He's just, it's gonna happen. It's written, you know?
Yeah, I mean, so that was the fight. What'd you think?
Oh, I thought it was maybe fight of the year. Maybe fight of the year. Maybe it's that Abdou's fight with Appice was very good, but this fight, considering all the history that Jake has and how long he's been trying to break into this next level, I thought maybe that, in terms of significance, I thought maybe fight of the year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm kind of liking this. You want to do another fight?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do another.
There's some pretty quick fights, all right? I want to get your input on this one here. Cody's.
Oh, Jerome? Yeah.
I want to get your input on Cody's because
okay.
that was a special one for me because I've never seen that in my life.